How do you find debating religion with Sam on stage, you know, as he kind of takes the atheist viewpoint, and I guess you take kind of an opposing side. You know, he's less emotional. Some people have said he's the critic and you're the creator. And it was very interesting watching you two last night. How has that played out over 4 different occurrences with him on stage? What have you learned? Has anything become more obvious to you or less obvious?
Well, I think I understand his ideas more and more deeply, and I've been studying them a lot since we've started this whole process, because we did 2 podcasts together last year, I think, or maybe the year before, a while ago. And so I've really familiarized myself with his work, not least because Sam is an effective and articulate spokesperson for the rationalist atheist position, which is a very widely held. It might even be, in some sense, among intellectuals, the normative position. And so the fact that he can articulate it so well, I see its lack, I see what it lacks as revelation of its fundamental insufficiency. You know, it's not a motivating ethos, atheism. And you might say, well, that doesn't matter because it's still true. It's like, well, yeah, fair enough in some sense, but it is crucial because people do need to be motivated. And so that gap, and Harris himself has said, well, atheism is fundamentally a doctrine of negation. All it states is there is no God. It's like, okay, fine, well, what do we do from there? Well, then the story gets less compelling. And so I can see it as something that's, well, it's got a destructive element, which of course is something that Nietzsche pointed out when he discussed the death of God. He said, we'll never find enough water, essentially, to wash away the blood. Right? So you lose something like that, you lose the motivating ethos of your community. And you might say, well, that's okay, because we've replaced it with objective truth. And look, fair enough, man. Objective truth is what's provided us with this incredible technological power, and you have to be a fool not to see that as an advantage. But it's in an insufficient account in my estimation, and of course that's what all the discussions are about. I think we're going to release all the discussions as videos and also as audio, and I think there's clear development of both of our arguments across the course of the events, and very little repetition in the content. Some, because of course it's the same people, but I do think people will be able to track the development of thought across all the conversations. So I found it very worthwhile. Definitely made me sharper, and also made me more cognizant of Sam's arguments and why they're so attractive to people.